Choosing your major when first coming to WVU is something that most people put a lot of consideration into. When you've settled in, you may realize that you can do even more than what you thought. You may want to add another major. Adding a second or third major is a worthwhile process, though it may take some planning. A good first step when considering adding a major is to look at your DegreeWorks. To access DegreeWorks, log into the WVU portal and click one of the yellow DegreeWorks tabs. For this speech, I'll be using the Classic dashboard. To see what it's like to add another major, we'll be using the What If feature on the side column. When you click the What If feature, it should look something like this. You can add any major you'd like, but for these purposes, I'll be using biology. To do this, simply select the major you want to see and then click Process What If. If you scroll past your GEFs, you'll see the requirements for this major. It'll also tell you which classes you've already taken and which are in progress. I recommend using this information to make a 4-year plan. Write out all the classes that you'll need to take. It's okay if you don't take them in the exact order you lay out, but you can at least tell if it will be possible to add this major with your other workload. Is all this really feasible? Let me tell you, it is, firsthand from a triple major. I started college as a history major, but I knew I wanted to stay all 4 years to take full advantage of my scholarships. In order to do this, I knew I needed to take on more. I started with philosophy and political science as minors and took a class in each of them. Once I decided I liked the subjects, I went to my advisor. I spoke with him and showed him my 4-year plan. He advised me to speak with the chairs of both departments. I did so, and we all agreed my plan was solid, and I was given the green light. My advisor then added my majors to my DegreeWorks. One of the most important things to do if you add a major, or two, is to manage your time and stress. When making your 4-year plan, you should aim to only take 15 credits a semester. You can take more, but having a base 15 is good in case you need to add a class or two. Also, you will have the same number of advisors as majors, so don't be afraid to turn to them for help. Moreover, adding majors isn't as scary as it seems. A second or third major really just means more learning. It can be a great way to enrich your college experience and make yourself a more committed student. Overall, I'm really happy to be a triple major, and I encourage any of you to take a look into the process if you are interested. Thanks for watching.